So who else would thank you, Bowie, very much. She's been a big helping person for many decades, as you can see. So who else? Someone else tell. Yes, go ahead, please.
I first took the hospice. Oh, my name is Allison Forsgren.
Yes.
And I took the hospice training some time ago after learning that my father had a terminal illness. And I had been to so many funerals and hated them all and just wondered what in the world would happen to me while I waited for him to die. And so it was very interesting. I mean, I learned a lot. I've been to a caregiver, you know, I've done just about everything that hospice has to offer, along with volunteering for people in the hospital and whatever. And it's been a really great grounding. I mean, it's something that everybody has to deal with, and to get ahead of it and to deal with it comfortably and gracefully has been a real asset, a real positive thing in my life.
Good, thank you. I'm glad it has been. 4 and 5, which represent a little bit of challenge because we're looking at families, we're looking at distress, we're looking at a lot of different things that may enter the life of a volunteer, and I want you all to feel fulfilled and that you feel as if you can go out and be the engaged heart that I know that you are. So, are there any questions, any thoughts about last night that you want to review again? We certainly talked about some good things. Your suggestions and thoughts were so appreciated. So, all right, good. Everybody got a little coffee? Good. So looking at, I'm going to use this backdrop here, this stage, to sort of put up things that may be suggested. I've put my list from last night of volunteer skills, those things that came out of your applications and your thoughts of having been in orientation, a volunteer before. Here's the parking lot. The parking lot, Jean, is if any ideas or thoughts come up today in the group that are not part of the orientation, which could easily happen. And the parking lot suggestions help form the next course that we may give. So these modules that were created, some of the ideas came from volunteers who had been in a course and said, you should really talk about the distress scale for volunteers. Oh, that's a good idea. It's all about them. So this is what the parking lot is. If anybody has any ideas, it's most appreciated. So, in looking at Module 1, this is, if I haven't written this big enough, I'll just go through it quickly. A little bit of a review of palliative care. It's very, can you see this all right? Not too well.
Great, but you're going to say, talk.
No. We'll do this. We'll hold this up here like this so you can see. So, palliative care is really driven in all of your responses by the concept of compassion. And we talked a little bit about that last night, that it includes empathy and sympathy for the situation or person that you may be in, but it also elicits an action on your part, something that makes you go a little bit beyond empathy to perform for the patient and the family. It's interdisciplinary. I met Linda Simmons last night. Some of you may know Bonnie Fitzgibbons, who's our psychologist on the team. I don't know if any of you know Sarah, the social worker. I'm sorry she couldn't be here. She's very young and needs her weekends with her husband, I think. But she's doing a great job. She took Peter McKay's place at the hospital, and she's been with us maybe, I don't know, 7, 8 months now. Plays a big role for this team and for the hospital. Palliative care is offered simultaneously with other treatments. So for the patient who is receiving ongoing, whatever it may be, whether it's cardiac assessments, chemotherapy, dialysis, orthopedic work, radiation on the Cape, palliative care is offered while patients are being treated with other things, often aggressively, So understanding that the patient and the family that you may meet has a plan of care in place that includes some sort of therapy. Let's see. All right, so I'm going to put this back up here because now I need your help. So, is it ambitious to define the role of the volunteer?